let's go to Everything DB, Good D, Bad D, presented by Darius J. Butler.
Let's get to it. Let's wrap up week 5, Everything DB. Starting with
a white
man.
Is that a white?
At the cornerback position.
Is that a white?
Athletic.
Got white sleeves.
He's got sleeves
strappy,
on, so it's hard to.
fast, explosive. 3rd and 11.
It's a white
Got
guy.
him on an island.
That's a white guy.
It's a white man.
That is a Caucasian.
Okay.
Riley Moss.
Riley Moss.
First NFL interception. Just a great job. We had Pat Surtain on yesterday talking about it. You see Pat coming over man-to-man coverage. Quarterback knows what it is. It'll be a safety rotation as well. So it's going to be one-on-one on the outside. He's going to widen him, get his head around. Good stab early on. A lot of DB coaches around the league love this. Double move, gets his head around, goes up and high points the ball. You see a lot of time DBs especially, they'll kind of wait for the ball to come to them when they're in good position, and receivers typically have better ball skills. Go over the top and catch it. But a great job by Riley Moss climbing the ladder, getting his head around too. Off the double move, a lot of DBs will panic, kind of get a bad pass interference here, a little underthrown. Not him, gets his head around. Great job getting up and picking that thing off for his first NFL interception. So congrats to Riley Moss.
On that double move, can we talk about the athleticism of having to go sit back on your heels and then regain your speed and then catch back up?
Yeah.
Freak show athleticism out of Riley Moss.
Yeah. And widen them as well. That's important. So a lot of DB coaches will get really, really pissed off when a cornerback starts. You're in the press technique, you're in the receiver's face, and you just let him get a free release. So there's no point in getting in his face. So he did a great job stabbing him, widening him, so getting him off that red line for the quarterback, leaving him no space, and then going up and finishing the play. Great job, high point. That's probably the best part. Lean, locate, and then high point in the football.
Hey, just like Patrick Surtain tweeted, white man can jump.
Damn
That's
right.
what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Riley had a 39-inch vertical at the combine.
Where's he from?
Iowa.
Wow.
One of Kirk's dogs.
Iowa had him on the team. They had Cooper DeJean on their team, and they had 0 yards of offense every year.
That's right.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, I saw some good tweets, some DEI fence. Some good Twitter coming from a Riley Moss post I had earlier this week. This is his teammate, his OG. PS2 had him on the show. This was his second interception. He's down there matched up with Brock Bowers. It'll be single high coverage. Bowers is going to run a dig route from a tight split. It's usually a tough route for outside leverage. Obviously, Surtain's very, very patient, stays square, trusts his speed versus tight end speed, squeeze them. Always talk about tips and overthrows. He tips it up, catches his own tip for his second interception on the day.
Great play.
Brock
Great
did
play.
have a sick touchdown this week, too.
He did. He's a dog. I think both of Pat's interceptions were Brock Bowers targets. The first one was an overthrow, and the second one was a tip. So tips and overthrows always show up week in and week out. But great job by him, awareness, batting it down, and then getting up, going and getting his second pick of the game.
Let's talk about another guy who's on a streak.
Another guy on the streak. 5 games in a row. This guy's got an interception. 5 games in a row. First player to do that with the new team since 1970, I believe. Starting in the post right here. So he's on the hash. He's going to go to a single high coverage once again. And once you're in that post, you just got to read the quarterback. Obviously, Matt Stafford's been around. I believe that's Tutu Atwell. If you pause it here, the guy, can you highlight that the slot corner guarding the slot receiver up top? Right there. So outside leverage, doing a great job keeping his outside leverage, forcing the receiver to go more upfield, which forces the quarterback to put more air on the football, and more air on the football. Free safeties love it. You'll see him breaking on intention. So right here, the ball is out. He's already breaking. Overruns the receiver, beats him to the spot. Once again, great job keeping his leverage by that corner. Keyshawn Nixon, I believe, and then getting his 5th interception. I believe at least two of his interceptions have been kind of overthrows, but him being in position, running to the ball. He had a great one in cover 2 against Philly week 1. But every week, this guy finds the football, signed for a ton of money this offseason, and is proving his worth every week. Should be, I think, in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation early on.
5 straight picks, absolutely.
5 straight, yeah.
Yes.
Is he in the AP 10 watch list for Defensive Player of the Year?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he better be.
Yeah.
5 picks in a row. What do you want from him?
Fantastic.
Another one, Saban. So this back-to-back.
Couple guys.
Saban's boys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Xavier McKinney, former Giant.
Yep.
Big first-round pick, and then went and got a bunch of money from the Green Bay Packers.
Yes!
Another guy who will be getting a bunch of money soon.
Wow, Patriots on a good thing.
Hey, was my favorite corner coming out when he came out. Devin Witherspoon is great as well. But this guy, this is going to go to 2 men. So right now, Can you run that back to the beginning, because that's some veteran savvy shit right there. So you open up right here, and I remember talking to Tom Brady earlier in my career and asking him which corners gave him the most problems, and he said corners that kind of leave the quarterback guessing, give it indecision. So if a corner is a great press guy, you know he's going to be in press all the time, you know ways to attack that. If he's a great off corner, you know ways to attack that. So whenever a corner kind of shows, hey, maybe I'm off, maybe I'm pressed, maybe I'm covered 2, so he's showing it, he's kind of mixing it up, and then at the snap, he turns into kind of a two-man corner, but he's outside leverage. So that safety is going to go over the top, so he knows he has help, and he breaks outside in and undercuts this ball and picks it off. Great ball skills, great understanding of the route, and great trust in his ability. I mean, one of my favorite, not only young corners in the league, just one of my favorite overall corners, period. Got the size, got the ball skills, got the speed, got everything you want as an outside corner.
Is the Gonzo flu still a real thing?
Oh,
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Very much so. He should have had another pick later on, too. Actually caught it with his hands perfect, but Tyreek Hill made a great play and knocked it out.
Running across the field with Tyreek, across the end zone.
Who's number 3?
Stride for stride. That was Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham made his debut. You know,
he did?
Still knocking the rust off, but once again, great job understanding the
Congrats
coverage.
to you guys.
Breaking outside, and we did get the win.
It was a good one.
Unbelievable
On him
play
choosing
right
to play.
here.
Snag.
Is that your man, Pat?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That was a big part of the conversation over here now.
Yeah, he chose.
But glad he chose. He's still choosing to play football.
I like it too.
Thank you. Will.
I like seeing Odell Beckham
he's
Jr.
got options.
Need
What
him
do
in
you
the
want?
league.
He always looks so cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He looks sick in the all white.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about those glasses? He had some glasses on the other day in his Instagram.
Great shape.
Super cool.
Yeah. At his peak, he was outside of some of the quarterbacks, probably the most popular football player. Remember, he signed that huge Nike deal that really football players, like a $25 million Nike deal.
What ended up happening?
Doesn't really
Didn't he get that?
I think he won.
He won that
in
money.
law, yeah, because he was doing some other shit with cleats and stuff. So they, went and tried to get their money back. Obviously, he wasn't the same player at that time, and he ended up winning in the litigation. So
Yeah, I think
shout out to OBJ.
It was a win-win. They described it as, because they didn't have to pay. He didn't have to pay.
No blood.
Everybody wins.
Well, congrats.
Win-win.
Congrats. We like that.
Especially the
Are the
lawyers.
Dolphins going to win? Are the Dolphins going to continue to win, brother?
Oh yeah, we're all the way back. I mean, the Jets they fired their coach. What are they doing? Josh Allen's going 9 for 30. McDermott has no idea what he's doing. I mean, why wouldn't we do it? Why wouldn't the Finns
Let's go
win
to
the
some
AFC?
bad D,
Yeah,
shall we?
we only got one play from bad D.
No, I didn't know this. I did not see this. This is my first time seeing this.
I don't want to throw salt in the wound, but this is what guys are in the meeting room watching, and this is a learning moment for everybody, not just the guys on
myself.
the field. Yeah, so cover 3 right here, which is, if you know anything about Gus Bradley, you're going to get a lot of cover 3, a lot of single high. Every offense that's facing them knows it. Everybody around the league knows it. So right now, cover 3, if you run it to the beginning, the very, very beginning, if you would. So the tight end, do we have the tight end motion? Okay, perfect. So tight end. So right now we have Brian Thomas Jr. in the slot. Absolute stallion of a receiver, a rookie, LSU superstar receiver right now, already making, he's a game record right now, in my opinion, when you're facing the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's in the slot now once this motion goes outside. Motion goes outside, corner goes with them. Now you know zone coverage, okay? One safety deep, most likely some type of cover 3. As a cover 3 corner, you got to get your depth. You have to get back. That got to circle up top, that's the corner. And you got to get to what's called a midpoint. If both these guys run vertical, you're responsible to split them, make a play. Pause it. So now you have a hitch from the tight end. He settles his feet on the hitch, which he should never do because he's a deep third receiver. If you look at both flat defenders right around the 20-yard line, both flat defenders are kind of in a high school zone drop, so they're not carrying the seams. In some defense, that slot defender would run with that seam. Not in this defense. You got to understand the structure of the defense. You continue to run with them. If you don't, this is what happens. It's a very, very common route around the league, a slot fade, slot seam. Typically, you march a running back or a tight end or whoever outside to do exactly what he did there. You run the hitch. Perfect. Take the eyes, and then you run the deeps in. I mean, there's a bad break.
Great effort play. Extra effort.
Full effort. Brian Thomas Jr. is one of those guys you're not catching from behind. Full effort play.
Carly Ursay.
Headset.
Hopefully.
Specialist right there. Rest of the team. Everybody.
Yeah, it's tough. You never want to be in this.
They got eyes on this guy laid out like this.
Does the face hit the ground? Was face mask
The ref
first?
even like,
It's a full. What is this? Full sell. I mean, you wanna clip that hill. You clip that hill. You do
Legend.
get a chance. So I appreciate the sellout
Me too.
But that's
Me too. I
really,
appreciate
really
it,
tough. You run it back to the beginning. We don't even need to run the full play. But in the beginning, the free safety is highlighted as well. You have to understand as a free safety, where are my threats? You remember the Xavier McKinney rep, where he was based on the threat. So you have to know, hey, Brian Thomas Jr. is in the slot to the left. So let me at least split the speed. So let me split these receivers here and where Brian Thomas Jr. is. And then once Trevor catches the snap, pause it here, his helmet goes right to that right. So as an indicator, as a free safety, you're a zone defender. Your eye should be on the quarterback, and his key is telling you that he's looking this way to the speed. So everything should tell you, let me lean that way. Let me get ready to break that way. Once again, that McKinney rep, it was a great job by him opening his hips. And then once Stafford kind of broke that egg, as we call it, pulled his hand off the ball, then he went. Right now, you're never getting from the opposite hash to this guy. Great throw, great read by Trevor Lawrence. I think the free safety could at least help and get him down. You line up again, make him snap the ball again. He did not. So just an overall failure by the defense on this rep. We got to see. That's close. Once again, I appreciate the sellout.
His eyes open up.
But yeah, learning just from the beginning, help yourself out at the beginning, get a better alignment. And if you do kind of start off in that 5-yard area, just open up and run off the snap instead of, kind of slow playing it, because those guys get up on you fast.
Fastest speed of the year there, Brian Thomas Jr. too.
Really?
How fast?
Yeah, he's a
22.15, I think, something like that.
Yeah, he's a burner. He's a burner.
Trevor Lawrence had a career day against the Indianapolis Colts. Caleb Williams had a career day against the Indianapolis Colts.
What?
Justin Fields had a career day and a loss against the Indianapolis Colts.
What? CJ Stroud just had another day at the mill.
I just want to remind people this is regular, is what he said.
Yeah.
That was a bar.
Yeah, that was sweet.
I just want to remind people this is regular.
Yep. and there's no defense for a perfect throw, and he's throwing a lot of them.
He said that. Yeah. He said to cover 2, if you're going to make a mistake, I'm going to have to punish you for it because they're doing that a lot. I'm like, Jesus, guy, everything about him's great.
Yeah.
The only defense that made him struggle this year was that Minnesota Vikings. We had a rep actually.
They beat the shit out of
Cam Bynum had a pick where C.J. Stroud was trying to squeeze it in there. So that cover 2 rep as a defense, when you call it, like he said it, make them snap it over and over again, make them go the long hard way. Quarterbacks, offensive coordinators, sometimes they get impatient, and that's when you get a tip, get an overthrow, take advantage of it.
Yep. D-Butt, great work.
Good job, D-Butt.